students in plant life and utilization. We are studying lichens, and in lichen we already studied general characters and nature of association in lichen. Now we are going to study forms of lichen and utilization of lichen. First we discuss about forms of lichen. On the basis of morphology of lichen thallus, there are three types of lichens, such as first type is crustous lichen. First type is crustous lichen. Second type is foliose lichen. And the third type is fructicose lichen. Third type is fructicose lichen. Understand? On the basis of morphology, there are three types of lichen, such as crustous lichen, foliose lichen, and fructicose lichen. Of these, first we discuss about crustous lichen. The thallus of such crustous lichen is crustaceous and insignificant. When we observe the thallus of such crustous lichen, it is flat, thin, and without distinct lobes. The body of such thallus is closely attached to substratum like stones, bark, or similar hard substrata. Such crustous lichen appear to be painted on substratum, and it is very difficult to take out the entire thallus from the substrata without breaking it. It means that in crustous lichen, thallus is flat, thin, and such thallus is closely attached to the substratum. It appears to be paint on substratum. Suppose this is the paint on such wall. We can't remove such paint without breaking the wall. Similarly, such thallus is closely attached to substratum. The thallus is crustaceous, and therefore such lichens are called crustous lichen. This is about crustous lichen. Then we discuss about foliose lichen. The thallus in such foliose lichen, thallus is thin, flat, and has leaf-like lobe. Means the thallus is dorsoventrally flattened and like a leaf, and it is horizontally spread and look like a twisted leaf. Understand? Such thallus is look like a twisted leaf, and it is attached to substratum by means of a hair-like outgrowth, and these hair-like outgrowths are called rhizines. And these rhizines absorb, they are observative in nature, are absorptive in nature, and provide support to Parmelia is the example of such type of lichen. And we know Parmelia, such lichen is used in spices, and it is called dagad phul. In Marathi, it is called dagad phul. This is about foliose lichen. Then we discuss about fructicose lichen. In this lichen, the thallus is not thin, flat. The thallus is erect and cylindrical, and it is branched also. It attaches to substratum only at the base, and it produces disc-like fruiting bodies, and these fruiting bodies are called apothecia, and these fruiting bodies are produced at the tip of the branches. Usnea is the example of such type of lichen. This is about forms of lichen. Then we discuss about utilization of lichen. Utilization of lichen means uses of lichen. These lichens are pioneer of vegetation. These lichens are source of food, source of human food. These lichens are source of medicine. These lichens are used in preparation of dyes. These lichens are used in production of perfumes and scent. They are used for in tanning industry and in distilleries, and these lichens are pollution indicators. This is about utilization or uses of lichen. First we discuss about the first use. Such lichen is pioneer of vegetation. We know that, we already studied that lichens grows on rocks where other plant cannot grow. And when lichen grows on rock, they secrete many organic acids, and due to action of such organic acids, there is disintegration of rock, and weathering of rock is the first step in formation of soil. Slowly, and in this way, lichens grows on these rocks, produce organic acids. These acids disintegrate rocks, and a soil is formed, and finally such rock is converted into green vegetation. It means that these lichens are pioneers of vegetation. Then second is source of food. These lichens are used as food, and there are many examples. Some species of lichens are used as food by man. In Japan, the foliose lichens are eaten in salad. These foliose lichens are eaten in salad. The species of Centraria are consumed in Iceland, and we already discussed about that. In India, Parmelia species are used as spices. It means that these lichens are source of food, or these lichens are used as food. Then third one is these lichens are source of medicine. Some lichen or many species of lichen have been used in medicine. There are some examples. Peltigera canina is used against hydrophobia. Such lichen is used against hydrophobia. Then Parmelia sexatilis is used in curing of epilepsy And the species of Centraria are used against fever. And one more example is that Laberia are used in treatment of lung disease. Means these lichens are also used as medicine, or these lichens are sources, these lichens are sources of medicine. Then fourth one, these lichens are used in preparation of dyes. Many lichens were used in dyes. Dyes means the color used to color our clothes and many other purposes. And these lichens are used in preparation of dyes. Orchid dye, which can offer blue, violet or brown color shades to woolen and silk fabrics, is still in use, and it is obtained from species of Lecanora. Lecanora is the lichen, and from such lichen dyes are formed. These dyes are of different color: blue, violet, brown, and these colors are used for coloring the woolen and silk. The one more best example is that litmus dye obtained from Roselacea used as acid base indicator. We use litmus paper, and in such litmus paper dye is used, and such dye is obtained from lichen Roselacea. This is about use of lichen in preparation of dyes. Then fifth one is perfumes and scent. Some lichen containing essential oils, and these lichens are used in soap and in perfumes. There are some examples. Species of Evernia are used in French perfumes. Evernia is the lichen, and such lichen is used in French perfume. Lichen thalli possess property to retain the scent, and therefore they are used as base for perfume. They are used as base for perfume. This is about perfumes and scents. Then sixth one is lichens are used in tanning and distilleries. Some lichen contain tannins, and they are used in tanning of animal skin. Understand? The processing of animal skin is called tanning. And for such tanning is essential, and such tanning is present in lichens, and these lichens are used in tanning of animal skin. This is about tanning. And last one is pollution indicator. This is most important use of such lichen. These lichens are used as pollution indicator. Lichen cannot grow and survive in polluted area. And the area where lichens are absent are called lichen desert. It means that in any area, if lichens are absent, then such area is polluted area. And in some area where lichens are present, such area is clean area, not polluted area. It means that these lichens are used as pollution indicator. This is about lichens. In this way, we completed our second plant group, lichen. To the next lecture, we will discuss about our third plant group, fungi. Thank you.